Are you ready?
It's going to be a hot girl disco summer. I'm never doing that again. I apologize. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Here, let's fix it. Something cool. Are we live? Is this thing on? God, that intro was so freaking good. Shout out to Sleez Bomb. Excellent stream. If you guys are not subscribed to him, fix your life. If you support me, you support my guy. You guys know one thing and one thing only. If we go live early, it means one of these drafters' mains has filled. Shout out to Disco Ball Nation. They are in here in full effect. We got my guy, Uncle Ruggs at the 101. Boner with the greatest drafters profile name and picture on the planet at the 102. Latomsky at the 104. Sleez Bomb, this guy just can't stop drafting mains. It's weird. He's at the 107. Yours truly at the 109. Terry Rice at the 111. You know what? I'm okay with there being not a lot of disco balls in this one tonight. Because I said this is going to be the draft that we win. This is going to be the draft that we win it all, man. So yeah, I'm here for it. I'm excited. Let's lock in. Let's have a good time. Let's catch up with this beautiful chat. Yesterday's show was phenomenal. Miss Disco put in overtime last night after the show, and just cranked out a bunch of great shorts and clips. And yeah, if you guys, want to show appreciation to her fantastic work, and there's a lot of great takes, whether it be Sleez Bomb, whether it be Updog or D-Bro, our two special guests, or myself. There's a lot of really good takes there, and I think there's like 13, 14 new clips, new shorts. Go check them out, guys. It's top-notch stuff. Probably one of the best football discussions I've ever had. Like 2 hours just flew by. She's crazy. Draft time. Shout out to James Saw, my guy. Mercy23 says, let's go. My guy, the biggest legend. No, you are. I know you are, but what am I? Puka Nakua. It's him. Blocka. Shout out to Blocka. He's drafting at the 111. That's Terry Rice. Shout out to you, brother, with the discos. I love that. Ultra made it in tonight. Good to see you, Ultra. Thanks for swinging by. I appreciate you, man. Sleez Bomb with the let's go. This guy just can't stop drafting. Great show earlier, brother. Great show earlier. Squints, thanks for swinging by. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. Mercy, disco is good. You already know. You already know. Bone, shout out to you, brother. Thanks for swinging by. He says, let's go. Let us go. Sleez is go. Sleez is good people. Nick says, finally, good to see you, man. You were in our draft last night too, weren't you? You were in our draft last night too, weren't you? Shout out to the drafters for having the best UI on iOS. It's really good on Android too, for what it's worth. Underdog sucks on iPad. Heard. We don't get Underdog in Ontario. True. Big ups, Madame Disco, Updog Debro, and the biggest legend, Sleez. Sleez is good people's, man. Sleez is good people's. Miss Disco really doing it. She's the best, man. Bone says, Nick, you're not missing much. Bones, I really was. She's the best, man. Honestly, so grateful. Dynasty Doc says disco with all the disco balls. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for swinging by. So I've decided as of July 1st, I'm done streaming simultaneously on both Twitter and YouTube. It's going to be exclusively YouTube as of July 1st. A lot of people, I've been telling, come over, helps us out a heck of a lot to come to the Big Draft Energy YouTube channel. We provide a lot of really good advice and whatnot, and they want to stay on the Twitter side, and I respect it. But yeah, I need to do what's best for this channel and what's best for this community, and I just need to focus on the YouTube side of things because, I mean, as nice as it is to have, a large audience, I want the audience that helps me out and helps the show out. Mo Hamide, that's a new name. He says, I think Brown and Puka can be wide receiver 1 and 2 this year. I don't know about Brown being wide receiver 1, but I know that he could be a top 10, easily top 8 wide receiver when healthy and in the lineup. So I love this take. And Puka is one of those guys who it's him and Brian Thomas Jr. That's my dream start in every draft. Puka Nacua and Brian Thomas Jr. Obviously, it didn't happen this time because our guy Terry Rice got him, but it is what it is. Disco. Shout out to Mossy. Thanks for swinging by. Mo, thank you for swinging by, brother. Appreciate you. Willie says, "Good evening, friends. Rewatched yesterday's stream. So many great tidbits." And Mrs. Disco did an incredible job last night, just putting them all into shorts format. Go show her your appreciation, man. It's such, like, she does such a wonderful job, and I'm so grateful that she's just doing this for me and for the community and for the channel. She's the best, man. Shout out to all you hardworking, beautiful people. Shout out to you beautiful men. Trader Joe in the house. Josie Wales. I'll change. Keep the logo. Change the name back to Trader Joe. Change the name back to Trader Joe, please. Xavier Worthy. Let's go. Would you be against going with Puka and Henry first 2 picks at 9 in redraft? I wouldn't be opposed to it. Just depends. Is it standard, PPR, half PPR? I would lean Henry a little bit more in standard or half PPR formats because of the touchdown dependency. PPR, I think there's other options. Like, I would much rather like a Puka Nacua Devon Achane start in PPR. Good question, though. I love that. I love having the 102. I always push the Jamar Chase owner's hand and take Bucky. It's nice. W Niagara Falls. Hell yeah, W Niagara Falls. Take DK here. I love this start. Obviously, we're going 0 RB. I love that Latomsky got Trey McBride. There's no way McBride's going to fall to me at the back end of the draft here. Disbanded Brotherhood. I saw you swing by the chat yesterday. Guys, once again, I want to apologize from the bottom of my heart for not really being too interactive with the chat yesterday. There was a lot going on, and like, this is pretty much a one-man show where I'm like navigating the screens, the scenes. I'm navigating, pretty much everything, and pulling up the chats and whatnot. So last night, it's not every day you get to have 3 legends on the show with you, where you get to just, chop it up and have the really, 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 really good fantasy football talks. That was one of the best fantasy football conversations I ever had. My one regret is I didn't interact with you guys more. And for that, guys, I'm generally sorry from the bottom of my heart. So I'm very sorry. Mercy says, not going to lie, Sleez is on a heater of a start. Yeah, I mean, Sleez is sharp. Sleez is good, but Jahmyr Gibbs at the 107 is a great value. Genty going at 106 is repulsive. Then Derrick Henry falling at the 18th overall pick and Josh Jacobs, that's nasty. I'm just curious to see what he does. Like, if I'm Sleazeball, I'm not drafting a running back until the last 3 rounds of the draft. Like, you don't need another running back. Stop. Half PPR with bonuses. What are the bonuses, Mo? If it's half PPR, then yeah, Derrick Henry's definitely your guy. Stony Creek. Where the fuck is that? Is 0 RB a strat new to this tool? Well, like, 0 RB was kind of like the theory that won pretty much every year except for last year, because last year you had 5 of the best running backs end up in 5 of the most potent offenses, and running backs were league winners. So I try to mix it up, going like hero wide receiver or hero RB. Robust RB is something that you'll never see me do, which is 2 running backs in the first 2 rounds or 2 running backs in the first 3 rounds. You'll never see me do that too often. If I do, it won't be a running back in the first round. I love the wide receiver values, and I just target PPR awesome, running backs there. So yeah. Willie praises. Wow, Tony Creek in the chat too. Who's Tony Creek? Tony Seek, CA, Canada. It's not like Travis Hunter for that. Was that clipped? Was that clipped? Did she clip that? That was a good one. That was a good one. Did you get Travis Hunter? No, Waddle. Show was great. I drafted in 2 wrong drafts, LOL, but I loved the show. Keep the heat coming. We're doing our darndest, guys. We're doing our darndest. Chuba Hubbard, yes, please. Yes, please. Speaking of Canadian treasures, Chuba Hubbard's a Canadian treasure. Dude is absolutely phenomenal, criminally underrated. He's a spike week freak. maybe he's not the most consistent back, but he has a very solid offensive line. And because he has such a solid offensive line and such a positive game script playing in a really, really, really crappy division, especially against the run D, I think the only good, decent run defense in that division is Tampa, but the other two are not good, and they didn't get any better. I'm all in on Chuba Hubbard, especially at this ADP. It's such a tasty value. We talked about RJ Harvey yesterday. I need to stand on business. PPR value. I'm going to take him over Joe Mixon here. Even though we went 0 RB in the first 4 rounds, we got two good RBs to have. So I'm liking the start. Who's in Tony Creek? That's downhill from me. I am in Tony Creek, says Nick. Tony Creek is becoming Croatia Creek. Tony Seek. Wow, I need to stop reading everything I see. Heard respect for the inside big bro. Got you, man. Nick, I'm an Ancaster. Nice. Valley Park for me. No, I will have to get that clip. Appreciate you. That was a good clip. That was funny. That was funny. Now, I did not say what we were doing and where we're doing that. So let me take a moment to tell you guys what we're doing and where we're doing that and how you could do it too. This is not a mock draft. This is a real money draft with real money implications. How much real money are we talking about? $2.5 million in total prizes. $500,000 goes to first. It's total points format. Most points win. Best ball weekly scoring from weeks 1 to 17, eh? That hurt. The 12 teams draft is a fast and slow. It's a $20 entry. You get to max out with 150 lineups. Now you might be saying $20 entry. It's a little hefty disco, especially if it's in US dollars. I get it. I understand. There's also the drafters $2 mini, and you got to get in now. You got to get in the $2 mini now because there's literally 4,000 lineups left before this joint fills, and you got to take advantage of this incredible ADP. It's a $2 buy-in for the drafters mini, and $10,000 goes to first. $100,000 gets redistributed to all other placements. It's best ball format. That's how you could draft 150 minis, 150 mains, whatever else they decide to put out. That's how you can max them because it's best ball. You literally just draft and forget. In my humble opinion, best ball is the most convenient way for your draft. That's weird. You have 20 rounds to build your roster for depth. Each week, you start the following positions: 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 flex. At the end of the week, the best overall performances will be applied to your weekly totals. No more leaving points on the bench. No more waiver wires. No more trades. None of that garbage. Hold on. Let's do a close-up here. What do we do with that garbage, chat? We get that garbage out of here! You literally just draft and forget it unless you're winning a life-changing amount of money. And just ask yourself, why not you? You deserve this $500,000 or the $10,000 for a $2 investment. Hold on. We're on the clock. So sign up today on Drafters Fantasy using promo code DISCO to double your first deposit, dollar for dollar, up to $100. I'm telling you, man, there's no better way to draft if you're trying to get ready for redraft season. This is the best way to get ready for redraft season. You draft your team and the system automatically selects your best performances each week. No lineup management, no trades, no stress. Real stakes sharpening your drafting skills, unlike mock drafts where nothing is on the line. Exposure to a variety of players across multiple drafts improves your player evaluation for redraft leagues. Once again, guys, just draft it and forget it unless you're winning big. So use promo code DISCO. Helps me out a lot. I need more people to use promo code DISCO. Would really help me out a heck of a lot. If you deposit 25, you'll have 50 to use on the app. That's 25 minis. It's a two mains and 5 minis. It's a lot. It's a lot. These are good quality opportunities on that. Hell yeah, Patrick Mahomes, QB1. Hell yeah. Southern Ontario representing. Disco, how we doing, brother? No Cap Mac, I'm living the dream, man. God is good. Thank you guys for popping by here. No Cap Mac, thanks for swinging by, man. You're one of one. You're one of the best people. Thank you for swinging by and supporting the kid. You typically are always here and showing love. I appreciate you, man. And thank you guys for making this this fantasy football content dream, and potentially turning this into a living for me. Thank you guys for making this happen. Really, really appreciate y'all. Almond Joy needs to go fuck himself taking Travis Kelce, though. I don't appreciate him. No Cap says Bones. Blanca says, I only have 22 lineups left in the mini. Gonna fire up 20 slows. You could just select 20 slows and when the lobby fills, you could just enter the slows. You could You don't have to do it one at a time. You could just do them all simultaneously. I've been seeing this dude everywhere. Who? What are you, an owl? I could use that 10K. Exchange rate sucks. Yeah, I could use that 10K or that 500K. Would send me to next year's expo for sure. Did you laugh at the update today? Cooper Cup still has a lot of juice left in the tank. I didn't laugh. I think Cooper Cup is one of the better values in fantasy football this year. Even if he doesn't spike every single week, even if he doesn't average like 15, I think there's going to be weeks where he spikes. And at the current value we're getting him around certain players, I'd much rather have Cooper Cup than Michael Pittman. Emeka Egbuka is somebody who I like. Don't get me wrong, but like I'm still leaning Cooper Cup. Travis Kelce, I like a lot. It's tough. I mean, Kelce is like my cutoff for tight end 1 territory in a 2 tight end build, and I do like my 2 tight end builds. I like him over Keon Coleman. I love him over Pittman. I love him over Baker Mayfield's a do not draft for me this year. He was a do not draft for me last year, and I almost ate my words. I definitely ate my words, but yeah. Yeah, me and Bones been in every mini lobby together, and it feels like nice. Y'all maxing that joint out. If you're one of the 45 people watching us on the Twitter side, head over to the Big Draft Energy YouTube channel. As of July 1st, we will not be streaming on Twitter anymore. So if you're going to want to support, if you're going to want to get this fantasy football advice, last year we called some incredible shots. And like, there's a lot of guys in the chat who were here with us last year. Last year we said, not only will Jaden Daniels be the offensive rookie of the year, he'll have one of the best offensive rookie performances we've ever seen on an entire season standpoint, and they'll go to the NFC Championship. I fucking said that. That's me. I said that. We also said it was Jamar Chase no matter what. Everywhere I went, anybody who'd listen, every night we drafted, it was always Jamar Chase no matter what. We were preaching Jamar Chase no matter what. My most owned stack was Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Everybody was out on Joe Burrow. I wasn't. I loved Joe Burrow. I loved Jamar Chase. Paid off, paid dividends. We said that Brian Thomas Jr. would be a top 10 wide receiver. Smash that call. We said Drake London would be a top 10 wide receiver. Smash that call. If you guys want winning fantasy football advice, this is where you got to go. Come to the Big Draft Energy YouTube channel. We hit these calls at a stupid rate. People think that we're clickbait. People think that we're just trying to put out hot takes and hope one sticks. They all fucking stick, except for Zamir White. Shout out to Zamir White, that piece of shit. All right, Ayuk, and I know the Ayuk injury concerns some people, but I have such a deep wide receiver room. I could use his spike weeks moving forward. I have Puka Nacua, AJ Brown, Xavier Worthy, DK Metcalf, Rashid Shaheed, Brandon Ayuk. I have Chuba, RJ Harvey, Quinshon Judkins, Patrick Mahomes. I can only take one more quarterback, so hopefully I could get a later stack. I need 3 tight ends because the teardrop has come and gone. This is an 8 or 9 RB builds. I'm thinking 2, 8, 7, and then 3. Yeah. Please rate Miami's O-line bad, awful, decent. Not good, but not as bad as they were last year. They're going to be the 22nd, 23rd ranked offensive line. I like them better as a run blocking offensive line than a pass blocking offensive line, especially with the pieces that they brought in the offseason. I think we're going to see a lot of quick work, a lot of dink and dunk work still. But because I think they're going to have such a proficient run game this year, the play action pass is going to open up, and we're going to see Tua take some serious shots. Like that Miami offensive, just that entire scheme, all of the weaponry there. A lot of people are out on them, and I'm chomping at the bit to draft every last one of them except for Jonnu Smith. Brian Thomas Jr. call was unreal. Hell yeah, man. Brian Thomas Jr. call was phenomenal. We said that Chase Brown would be a top 10 running back. We said that James Cook would be a top 10 running back. Nobody had Chase Brown at the 8th running back spot in PPR but me. Nobody. Like, look across the board, nobody was that bullish on Chase Brown. I had him there. You know what I mean? I had James Cook as a top 5. He finishes the RB7, RB8. We hit those. We hit some ridiculous pick'ems where we've amplified not just our personal money in these pick'em bets in season, but we've amplified our followers, fellow content creators by like 10, 20, 30x in these bets. It's insane. It's insane. So I appreciate you guys tuning in on the Twitter side. I generally do. And like typically I'm not a guy who likes to pat myself on the back, but there's a lot of value in coming in and becoming a member of Disco Ball Nation and subscribing to the Big Draft Energy YouTube channel. We hit these calls. If you guys want to win your fantasy football leagues, just subscribe on YouTube, because after this, after July 1st, guys, Canada Day, shout out to Canada Day, we're not streaming on Twitter anymore. And if anybody says it's not Twitter, it's X, shut up. Shut up. I drafted BTJ because of you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Love you, James. Boner, loved that Knicks Ingram play. Hashtag Sleez bomb. Of course, this guy hashtag Sleez bomb. What a fuck. Don't have a lot of Ray Davis. I think I need to start sprinkling in some Ray Davis. I'm not in on him like a lot of people are, but the dude had that pinball effect when he did carry the rock. He bounced off of tackles left, right, and center. He was efficient in his run tackle breaking metrics. I really like that metric for running backs. I think it says a lot for potential explosives down the road. If we see a scenario where he gets just a little bit more volume, I think Ray Davis can break fantasy football. So yeah, hell yeah, I'm going to get him on my team. I could have had Hawkinson and McCarthy later, though. Yeah, I mean, Latomsky got such a good value on Hawkinson. I don't like punting tight end, because last year I think that was my weakest position. It was kind of like the difference maker between winning first and 22nd in the mini last year. My tight end position just didn't produce at all. But the way we started this draft, especially with several sharp drafters in here, we kind of need to prioritize just good running backs who can spike a couple of weeks. We don't have a very safe floor, so this is all ceiling at the running back position, which is what wins these tournaments, right? Nobody tries to play safe. Ooh, we're on the clock in a mini. Okay, Quasi's in this one. Sleez Bomb is in this one. Let's go. All right, we got... we need running back help. Samson. Back to the main. I like Nick's Ingram. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad call. It's good. How do you rank the rookie wide receivers that go in round 10 to 11 range? Egbuka, Harris, Higgins, and Burden. I would say Egbuka, Burden, Higgins, Harris. Harris, I was kind of like really in on. Sleez is going to take likely here. I know my guy. I was kind of really in on Trey Harris, but bringing in Mike Williams, it kind of... okay, we'll take Isaiah likely. It kind of and like Quentin Johnston's still a thing, right? Quentin Johnston's not bad at football. He's just bad at catching the football. Even then, he's still, established in that offense. Trey Harris, I think, is going to be good down the road. Do I think he's going to have immediate impact? No. I think Egbuka, dynasty format, he's an absolute steal. And I think there's an avenue where, like, in redraft format, he's not going to splash for you right away. He's not going to hit for you right away. But there's almost a guaranteed avenue where you are going to get some significant spike weeks. And at his current ADP in redraft, you are getting such a delicious discount on a top 10 wide receiver for when he hits the field and he's getting the majority of the looks. I don't think Godwin's going to be right. So I think Egbuka right away is the wide receiver 2 there. I think Mike Evans is going to miss time. He always does. And he's going to miss more and more time as the years proceed and go by. So it's including this year. I think he's going to miss a bigger chunk of time this year as well. Jalen McMillan. So yeah, I think Egbuka is going to be a very valuable asset. And I once again, where he's currently being drafted, I think the ROI, especially in redraft, he's kind of like a stash and wait situation. The moment Mike Evans goes down, the moment we get any inclination on what's going on with Chris Godwin, you have a viable wide receiver 2/wide receiver 1. I love Emeka Egbuka this year, and I love him as a dynasty asset. He was my favorite scouted wide receiver in this rookie class, period. I'm all in on him. I think the dude is he's a route running savant, and he's just so talented, and he's exactly what they need in that offense. Good question, though. Thank you. Keep bringing the questions. I love it. Damn, man, you took my double tap away. Hey, man. If you don't want to get sniped by Disco, then I was going to say don't queue up with me, but I love when you queue up with me. So I'm sorry. I apologize. I sniped you, but I promise you I wasn't thinking about you and your lineup. I was thinking about me and mine. Sorry. How's it going, Steve Schaub? Shout out to you, brother. Thanks for swinging by, man. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Things are going really good. I'm loving this draft. We're kind of shaky at running back, and we're kind of shaky at tight end. We're very shaky at tight end. But I'm loving this draft. This is a fun draft for me. I almost accidentally queued up. Like, guys, I don't even queue up Rico Dowdle. I try to like scroll past him like real quick, like, oh my God, no. Can't do it. It's like you're sitting down and you're watching a movie with your parents and you're young, and it's like you rented the movie from Blockbuster. You didn't know there was going to be any sort of like nudity. And then like your parents see the nudity and you're trying to fast forward. That's how I feel with Rico Dowdle. It's just a dirty fucking play. Don't draft. Don't queue up Rico Dowdle. He's just gross. He's just gross, man. Him, Jerome Ford, like you're doing yourself a disservice by even getting one share of these guys in any sort of format. Just don't fucking do it. You're better than that. All right. We'll see if Muth gets sniped here. He probably will. Here's what it is. I don't have a lot of Roshan, so I need to start getting a little bit more exposure to Roshan. I got quite a bit of Swift. I got a lot of Manangai. One guy who I don't have a lot of is Rojo. I believe one of these running backs in that offense, if not all three, will have some weeks where they spike and do work, especially behind one of the better offensive lines we've ever seen assembled in one individual offseason. Do I want to go Muth or Rodgers? I know I can't really. I could probably. So I'm going to push Rodgers here. If I don't get Rodgers, whatever. I'll try to get like a late Russell Wilson, uncorrelated. I'll try to get like a late Milrow. It's fine. Daniel Jones is somebody who I feel dirty clicking. I'm done clicking Tyler Shuck late. I feel like unless we get definitive answer on who's like, if you are in a quarterback battle with the ghost of Jameis Winston, where people are just imagining Jameis Winston's going to get traded. If you're in a quarterback with Spencer Rattler and people don't know if you're going to be viable, I kind of don't want you on my team. Shuck is somebody who, like, I looked at the tape and I'm like, this guy has an arm. He has serious arm talent, but he also malfunctions. Have you guys seen him malfunction on the football field? It's weird. No Cap Max says, understandable. I rank Emeka Egbuka, Higgins, Burden, Harris. I just think Egbuka and Higgins have better paths to being the wide receiver 2 on their team. Respectfully, I disagree. I think if we're talking about somebody with an easy path to being wide receiver 2 on their team, I think Harris would have the easiest path. I think he doesn't have a lot in his way, but I need more definitive proof that he is, in fact, the wide receiver 2, and he's making the steps and the right steps forward to become the wide receiver 2. I think Higgins is easily the wide receiver 3 in that room because Christian Kirk is probably the best value in best ball this year. Christian Kirk is criminally underrated. You guys got to look up this tidbit. Every year in fantasy football, if there's a 5th to 7th year wide receiver on a new team, they always outperform their ADP significantly, historically, every freaking year. So there's 3 real candidates that fit that criteria this year. DK Metcalf, which is why I'm trying to get a lot of him. And obviously the scenario just makes perfect sense with a guy like Aaron Rodgers there. He's pretty much the only viable threat in the passing game. It just makes sense to bet on DK Metcalf. Guys, I'm thinking going solo QB here. So yeah, man, there's Deebo Samuel and then there's Christian Kirk. All these guys fit this criteria of a 5th to 7th year wide receiver in a new program. And I think all three of them will outperform their ADP significantly this year, and they're all criminally underrated. Nice draft is looking good. I appreciate you, brother. Sup, fam? Sup, who Hames? I checked in your stream on the way home, and then I had a situation where my stomach decided to get really upset. I don't call it a situation. I call it a situation. I had a situation. I got irritable bowel syndrome. It sucks. But good show, man. Good show. Rico had 1,300 scrimmage yards and is going at pick 172. I don't understand the hate. Here's why I hate Rico Dowdle, right? And you need to hear me out when I say this. He had the most advantageous schedule down the stretch for a running back that a running back could possibly have. Every other running back who faced his opponents down the stretch, I believe it was his last 8 or 7 games, every running back who had similar matchups outperformed Rico Dowdle in similar spots. So that's why I'm out on him. I feel like there was 31 other NFL running backs who, if they had a similar situation in a similar schedule down the stretch, they would all put up similar numbers. He's a trap. He's 100% a trap. Yes, I have Chuba Hubbard. I'm not going to cuck my guy with a guy who I don't believe in. If I'm going to take a shot on an RB2 in Carolina, it's going to be Trevor Etienne. I know what Rico Dowdle is. Rico Dowdle's not a good football player. He's and he was in a really, really atrocious situation with a phenomenal schedule down the stretch. No Dak Prescott, no CD. Like, I'm telling you right now, man, don't, like, if you want to get positive ROI on your picks, Rico Dowdle's not the guy. He's not. He's a trap. That's why. Thanks for swinging by, Lutomsky. My grossest team so far. I can't wait to see it. Sup, who? Good stream. Sup, up, dog. Good shit yesterday, man. That was fun. Devin, I know you told me how to pronounce it. What's up, Devin? Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for swinging by. I appreciate you, dog. I hope you're having a great day. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Thanks for swinging by. Guys, I did a random pick'em here on Drafters. They got like this Kirby baseball guy. I don't know him, but they got a special on him. I will smash the over on the special. And I paired it with something that's called 0.5 runs. I don't know baseball. But the guy I stacked that pick'em ticket with to 3 times my money over 0.5 runs, he hit. So we'll see if this pick'em promo smashes. I think their game starts at 7:40, so you guys got 10 minutes to get in and take advantage of that incredible pick'em offer that they put there. Once again, don't know them, but every time they put these pick'em slots, they're free, right? Just tag it with one. If you don't have a Drafters account, use promo code DISCO to double your first deposit dollar for dollar. Put in, some of your doubled money on this bet. Tag them with somebody else. You guys are probably better at this baseball shit. You're definitely better at this baseball shit than me. 3 times your money. Bada bing, bada boom, right there. Queue up on a couple of drafts. Take advantage of this promo, man. It's such a good promo. I love when they put out these free squares. They do it every Sunday, and I always try to take advantage of those free squares on Sunday as well. So I recommend you guys take advantage of this free square. Do I know if he's 100% going to hit his over 3.5? I don't even. Is it over 3.5 outs? I don't know. I don't know if he's capable of doing that. I don't know who the fuck he is, but I'm gonna bet on it. Elijah Arroyo. I don't have a lot of him. I don't want a lot more. I think he'll be all right. Oh. Oh. It would have been nice if I had Aaron Rodgers here, but whatever. Take a shot on Darnell Washington, pairing him up with Pat Freiermuth. I haven't done that yet, so I'm glad I got to do that. I like this draft. This is a good draft for me. Very good draft. All right. Terry Rice goes up, dog. That was fire yesterday. I need the sell digits. DM me X. Yeah. Sup, up, dog. Went back and listened to you talk about dog math, and I love that idea, man. Pumped to learn more about it in the near future. I'll be honest. Like, I struggled catching on. I had to watch it back a couple of times to like really pick up what he was putting down. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's one of the sharpest tools you guys could use. He just needs to figure out how to get it out there to the public. Landon the Plain Boy. Can't wait to see it. All right, this is Terry Rice. He drafted from the 111. Thanks for streaming Hurt, or at least through the situation. What situation? What you talking about? Terry Rice goes 2882. Lamar Jackson, Jordan Love. Lovely quarterback room. Brees Hall, Isaiah Pacheco. Isaiah Pacheco is just somebody I look at and I get a little cringe based off of where he's going. I could be very wrong. I probably am very wrong about him. Just he's somebody I just can't click. Bayshell Tootin. I mean, I heard rumblings again last night and today, and it's not like any significant account that Travis Etienne's potentially going to go to Dallas, and the ripple effects for fantasy football is absolutely absurd. Tootin would become I want to say top 8 pick if that were to happen preseason. So Tootin somebody, and like now Tank Bigsby would become a very, very viable option. So Tootin somebody I need to get, like I already have a lot of exposure to him, but I need to get more Tootin. I need to get more Tank Bigsby just in case those little rumblings have any merit. He goes Braylon Allen as well. Love the pick. Justice Hill. I was so in love with Justice Hill in round 20 last year. I don't have any shares this year. I'd rather take Keaton Mitchell. Nick Chubb, I get it. DJ Giddens, not a bad cuff, especially with a very advantageous schedule, the 6th most advantageous schedule according to the big draft energy algo rhythm. Emmanuel Wilson, nice. Don't think you needed Emmanuel Wilson. Nico Collins, Brian Thomas Jr., Juan Jennings, Chris Olave, Jaden Reed. So some correlation there. I mean, getting Justice Hill with Lamar Jackson makes sense, right? Rashad Bateman, more correlation. Jalen Colker, Amari Cooper, Mark Andrews, Brenton Strange. Not bad. Not bad. I like your wide receiver room a lot. Your quarterback room is spectacular. Your tight end room can splash. Your running back room is concerning. But you did kind of protect your Brees Hall there with Braylon Allen. But week 9, you're kind of counting on a couple weird guys to step in. So you might have a dud week. Does Pitt have a good run defense? Rico had 22 fantasy points against them week 5 last year and only played 50% of the snaps. I think he's fine, especially 172. Carolina's supposed to have a solid O-line. Down the stretch, the last 6 and 8 weeks last year, correct me if I'm wrong, the Pittsburgh Steelers were a top 10 most advantageous matchup for running backs in PPR format. They gave up a lot of points to opposing running backs down the stretch. It was very advantageous. The Pittsburgh Steelers run defense was not a good run defense last year. So, yeah. Does Pittsburgh have a good run defense? No. Did they have a good run defense last year? No. Excuse me, Disco. What's up, Bones? I've been saying that Etienne, Bigsby, Tootin plays cash money, getting free RB if trade happens. Yeah. Who said Etienne's moving? Just look it up on Twitter. Just put Etienne trade to Dallas. You'll see a couple like weird accounts. As I said, very small rumblings. There's no merit to it. I don't like spreading rumors. But just in case that scenario does happen, we're talking league winner upside. And if anything happens to Chuba, he's a smash. If anything happens to Chuba, then I think the other Etienne's a smash, respectfully. But I mean, we could be wrong. Great dart throw. Get your shares in, boys. Hell yeah. Bones, wait for it. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. Loved my value on all the picks. Only had to reach on Allen. I like it. I like it. It was a good draft. Uncle Ruggs, you still here? We'll go with Boner. I hear him in here. My throat is killing me. Give me a second. I'm parched. That draft went by so fast. It was like less than half an hour and the draft's done. We might have to queue up for another. How do you guys feel? Uncle Ruggs goes 2693. He goes Joe Burrow, Matthew Stafford. Stafford discount, delicious. Joe Burrow reach, don't like it. Chase Brown, Caleb Johnson, Najee Harris, Javonte Williams. Not a bad running back room. Austin Eckler, Raheem Mostert. There's a world where Mostert can be valuable. Jamar Chase, I understand the correlation and reaching for the correlation, but you got to realize in a field where there's potentially 150 plus thousand lineups, reaching on correlation is not really necessary. It doesn't make you stand out against the rest of the guys who have Joe Burrow and similar combinations. But let's see what you did with the rest of it. Devontae Adams, Devonta Smith. Your first 3 wide receivers should splash. Keon Coleman, don't love it, but he's all right. There's a significant teardrop here at wide receiver, and it's because you got 2 elite tight ends, and you went with a third for correlation purposes, and you got an elite quarterback here. So wide receiver room looking like this, where you have solid 3, but there's even going to be weeks where Devonta Smith doesn't do anything. It's going to be hard for you to maintain 3 consistent wide receivers on a weekly basis. Thielen, Hopkins, Slayton, Adonai Mitchell, not a bad shot. Mike Williams, I think, is criminally underrated. I think there's going to be weeks where he can put up, 18 to 24 fantasy points, several of them. So I love that pick. Sam Laporta, he's a Laporta supporter. Jono Smith, I think, is overrated. And Mike Gesicki, you didn't need a third tight end. Just for correlation purposes, I feel like that's a waste. You might as well take a shot on like a Jermaine Burton at that point, since you're so invested in Cincinnati, or even an Andre Yoshavash. Was going to say fastest draft ever. Yeah. Let's fire up another one. Yeah, we'll just we'll go through everybody's lineups, and then I'll call it. I'll do another. Nice. Pete, mine, please, Lutomsky. You know I got you. We're going to look at boners first. Boner goes 3-5-9-3. Bo Nix, JJ McCarthy, Tyler Shuck. Shuck had a really good discount. Do we think Bo Nix and JJ McCarthy's 2 quarterback territory? I'm starting to lean towards yes. I think that's a good 2 quarterback room. I haven't seen that combo a lot, or if ever. Bucky Irving, Omarion Hampton, Trayvon Henderson, J.K. Dobbins, Tank Bigsby, very underrated and very secure running back room. I like it. Justin Jefferson to go with J.J. McCarthy, and J.K. Dobbins to go with Bo Nix is a sneaky pick too. T. Higgins, Cortland Sutton, more Bo Nix correlation. Jacoby Myers, Kyle Williams, Demario Douglas. I like that you double tapped the 2 Patriots wide receivers here. Keenan Allen, Calvin Austin, Ray McLeod. Evan Ingram to also go with Bo Nix. Love that. Dallas Goedert and Theo Johnson. You kind of just took a naked Shuck, eh? I would say that's your only mistake. Go 2 quarterbacks. Naked Shuck doesn't help you. If you do take Shuck, maybe in round 20 instead of like a guy like Ray McLeod, you get like a Brandon Cooks, who's still the wide receiver 3 in that room. That's just my advice. Even a Taysom Hill, like get some correlation or somebody to balance that out. All right, let's look at Sleez Bomb. Or sorry, Lutomsky. I didn't need Shuck. I was thinking that as well. Great minds, great minds. 3692 for Lutomsky goes Justin Fields, Jared Goff, Bryce Young. It's a good quarterback room. Saquon Barkley, love him. Tony Pollard, Trey Benson. Oh, Rico Dowdle, Samson. There's hope. Taj Brooks, also hope. Yikes. I don't like your running back room. It's not a construction thing. It's simply just a player take thing. I look at it, I'm like, yikes. Rashee Rice, Jameson Williams to go with Jared Goff, George Pickens, Jordan Addison, Trey Harris, Luther Burden, Jalen Tolbert, Jalen Royals, Ty Felton, Trey McBride, and TJ Hawkinson. I mean, I know TJ Hawkinson fell, but you need another running back there, bud. Like a Travis Etienne, Jalen Warren, Charbonnet, it would have definitely lifted this team. And they all went after your Hawkinson pick. You already made that early investment here on Trey McBride. Just wait. And I know that you're saying that, one's going to be your tight end 1, and I think Trey McBride is a tight end 1. So that's a good bet. Trey McBride's one of the best values in best ball. And I know you're saying here TJ Hawkinson can fill in the flex, but you're going to miss a running back on a weekly basis. I feel like you're going to struggle at running back, but that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Sleazebomb goes 3692. He went with a super robust RB start. Goes Brock Purdy, Cam Ward, Jackson Dart. I don't think you need a Jackson Dart here, but okay, we'll see what you did. Jameer, I go again on my own. Jameer Gibbs at the 107, 2-pick slide. Derrick Henry, 3-pick slide. Josh Jacobs, And then he still went Isaac Garendo, even though my advice to him was just wait the last 3 rounds. Why do you need Isaac Garendo? Why do you need Keaton? I mean, Keaton Mitchell is a good pick. I think Keaton Mitchell is great. Brashard Smith, great. You didn't need 6 running backs. Garendo's a wasted pick, especially at his current value in ADP. Just take another shot at wide receiver, tight end. Jalen Waddle, Ricky Pearsall. So Ricky Pearsall to go with Brock Purdy, Golden, Cooper Kupp, Christian Kirk, Hollywood Brown. This is an okay wide receiver room. This is a spike week wide receiver room. You need 3 of them to spike on a weekly basis, and you got good spike week potential guys here. Just don't love it. Wan'Dale Robinson to go with Dart, Jack Beck, and then you got Xavier Restrepo to go with Cam Ward. You also got George Kittle and Chigozie Okonkwo. Not your best work. I think you tried to be too cute from a roster construction standpoint. If your first 3 picks are running backs, just punt the fucking position. You don't need more than 5. It's time. 500K lineup happened on this stream. One of my fave drafts. What? I'll def struggle at RB if Tony Pollard doesn't do well. I'm thinking him and Saquon can hold me till their bye weeks, and hopefully by that time, one of my 100%. Like you need. So, like when I say that, I think you're going to struggle at the running back position. It just doesn't seem like there's a clear path to success. I'm not saying it's a donation. I'm not saying it's a bad draft. I'm just trying to say like it's where you took TJ Hawkinson. I think that's what can make or break this lineup. So hopefully it goes well for you, man. I love it, says Sleez Bomb. All right. I didn't like it for you. All right. So I go with a 3-6-7-4. I go Patrick Mahomes. Guys, they don't call me Big Draft Energy because I'm bad at drafting. They call me Big Draft Energy because that's what I called myself. Honestly, people are just forced to call me BDE. I mean, it's imposed, and I apologize for imposing that on you guys. I mean, your wife asks you, what are you guys watching? We're watching BDE. They're like, oh, I want to see. Okay, moving forward. I go 3-6-7-4. Patrick Mahomes, Daniel Jones, Anthony Richardson. I hate cucking my quarterback, but I didn't have a QB2, and I really pushed the position. Chuba Hubbard, RJ Harvey, Quinshon Judkins, Ramondre Stevenson, Ray Davis, Roshan Johnson. I probably should have taken one more running back. Puka Nacua, AJ Brown, Xavier Worthy, DK Metcalf, Rashid Shaheed, Brandon Ayuk, Jalen McMillan. This is my favorite wide receiver room I've ever had. That's a spectacular wide receiver room. Isaiah Likely, Pat Freiermuth, Elijah Arroyo, and then I took Darnell Washington because fuck it. Nobody else has Darnell Washington on their lineups. I like this draft a lot. I love this draft. My only mistake was not taking a 7th running back. I think Arroyo was a wasted pick here. All right. 3 out of 12. Queue up in the main. Funny, I don't have a wife. That's fine. 4 tight ends is like, it's like you have no hope on Likely. No, it's not that I don't have hope on Likely. I think Likely is going to be a very fine player, and I think he's a cheat code at the tight end position. But there's going to be weeks where they just don't need to pass the ball. Let's be real. That running game is so proficient. I think there's going to be weeks where they just don't have to pass the ball. Can he do it in volume? I think he's capable. I think he's going to be fine, but I just don't want to have weeks where I put up zeros, right? So Darnell Washington's kind of could be a wasted pick or it could be a sneaky pick. It's a very weird build for me. I cucked my quarterback, my QB2, and I cucked my tight end 2. I wouldn't recommend it, but I also like it a lot. I think it's good. We're queued up in the main, guys. If you guys want to queue up with us and draft with us, get in there. You're at the 6 and a slow. Are you taking Neighbors or Gibbs? I'm taking Gibbs. Speaking of slows, we're on the clock here in this one. Blank. Sleez just took Marshawn Lloyd and DJ Giddens. I'll take Dylan Sampson. I don't even know what I needed there, but I'll take Dylan Sampson. Yikes, that's a weird running back room. I got Jonathan Taylor, Judkins, Tracy Spears, Jarquez Hunter, Sampson. Yikes. Who's queuing up? If I took Rico off my team and replaced him with Nick Chubb, would you hate my RB room just as much? Still, 100%. 100%. I think it just comes down to equity and where you invested your equity, right? I feel like you could have gotten more ROI instead of taking TJ Hawkinson, since you already made the bet on Trey McBride. But it could hit, it could smash. Like, if you guys know me, last year I was like the bully tight end guy. It didn't work out. Not a single one of my bully tight end builds panned out. But yeah, pick a ball in an hour, queue up. LOL, you are hooked, buddy. You are hooked. What's it at? It's at 8 out of 12, guys. Queue up in the drafters main if you guys want to draft with us. Everybody thinks they know fantasy football. Everybody tries to tell me, I don't know ball. I don't know how to draft. Put your fucking money where your mouth is. I'll even double your money for you. Sign up on Drafters Fantasy Sports using promo code DISCO to double your first deposit dollar for dollar from $25 to $100. Queue up with us. We're queued up right now. Put your money where your mouth is. If you're just a mouthpiece, and you want to talk shit and you're not willing to put your money where your mouth is, then I challenge you as a man and as a human, as an individual, to stop being a bitch and put your fucking money where your mouth is and try to come out draft me. I dare you. Come out draft me. Who Haim says in a mini, brother, I maxed that shit out 3 weeks ago. I maxed that. I wish I could queue up in a mini. I would queue up in a mini with you guys, 100%. But I maxed out 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. Yes, use code DISCO, smash the likes, let's go. DISCO, double your first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. Put your money where your mouth is. Don't be a bitch. Come out draft me. I dare you. I dare you. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Very seldomly do you guys see me draft poorly. Let's put it that way. 5,300 out of 5,600. Bones has 5,300 out of 5,600 entries, 1,000 entries in the mini, about to slam some slows in. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, man. That shit's going to max. I told you guys it was going to max before July, so I'm looking forward to the mini too if they put out one. Queued in 20 slows. Nice. Currently, nice. Sleez is going to close the tournament out. So, like, how many more slows or how many more minis do you guys need to get done before you're maxed out? And I recommend maxing it out if it's within your budget. 148 minis, 2 left. Let's go, Sleez. Let's go. I don't have to ask if you've maxed it out. My man is standing on business. I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. What are we at now? We are queued up in the drafters main. If you guys are just tuning in, this is a real money draft with real money implication that we're queued up, that we're about to do. There's $2.5 million to be distributed from first place all the way down to like the 18,000th place. But $500,000 goes to first. It's total points format. Most points win. It's best ball, weekly scoring from weeks 1 to 17. There's a fast and slow. The slow is great. Look who it is, our boy Bitcoin. Let's go. We got a lobby. I'm drafting at the 112. I'm so happy. I've been waiting for a draft at the 112 for a really long time. I've been waiting a really long time for a draft at the 112. Let's shout out everybody in Disco Ball Nation who queued it up and made it in here with us. Bitcoin's a funny guy, man. Last year, he was on a lot of stream chats, just talking up a lot of smoke. He's in a lot of these best ball streets. He's good. He's a good drafter. Boner at the 102. Terry Rice at the 103. Latomsky at the 106. Sleazebomb at the 107. At the 108, we got Mossy. So nice disco ball snipe fest right in the middle there. And then me all alone, all by my lonesome at the 112 here. Let's go. Clint, great question. He says, what's your readout on Trevor Etienne? Will he see the field? What week, etc.? I think Trevor Etienne is going to be viable after the halfway point in the season, once people realize that Rico Dowdle is useless, and especially there in that office and staff. I think should Chuba be healthy, the split would be 60, 25, 15. I hope my math is mathing. But yeah. Wish I could do drafters, but they use PayPal for cash outs, and that's a big issue in Massachusetts. You don't need PayPal. You could set up your direct banking or your credit card. Yeah. Yeah. You don't need that. Like when you go to set up your account on Drafters FK Coolers, it gives you an option to deposit with PayPal. And then there's another option where you see PayPal. There's another option where it's credit or whatever. So it's not true, Coolers. You got to just look at the screen a little bit harder, brother. Definitely not true. So yeah, sign up on Drafters. Use promo code DISCO. There's 3,000 lineups left in the mini. You got to take advantage of that now, buddy. And it helps me out a heck of a lot. And you get to queue up with us next time we draft live here. And I would love to draft with you. I've seen you over on Who Hames chat. And shout out to Who Hames. I'm assuming he rated me because a lot of his guys are in here. Thank you, Who Hames. If you guys are not subscribed to Who Hames, it's literally HOOHAMES. Dude is an up-and-coming best ball stud. Like he's established in the best ball streets. He's an up-and-coming best ball streamer is what I meant to say. Yeah. Bone says, I wonder if anyone's won a mini based off of it taking so long and camp news going their way. I don't think so. 7 again, a slow draft. No, I heard you. So you can withdraw with something besides PayPal. I will need to look at it more. Absolutely. Absolutely, you can. I'll get drafters to come in here and hopefully validate that. Hopefully I could get them to come in here. All right, we're going to go Thomas Jr., Devon Achane. All right. Sorry, I just had to text one of the beautiful people at Drafters to see if they could swing by and answer any all of your questions there, buddy. Shoot me link. I'll hop in till pickle. I got you. Where the fuck are? Why I gotta scroll down so far to find you? Your thumbnails this week, Sleez, so good. So good. I think your McCarthy one and your Brock Purdy one are two of my best work. So I love those thumbnails. Link is in your DM, Sleez.
The McCarthy one is so fine.
They're so like based off of your YouTube tools there, whatever. How are these ones doing in comparison to the? You said the George Kittle was the best one yet, or
that one topped 100, but they don't pop up till I'm actually post the stream, so I can't see it yet.
But like the ones that you've currently used, like this.
I'll read it out for you then this week. Okay, so Drake May was at 80, CJ Stroud was 86.
Yeah.
And Trevor Lawrence is thinking 73 on Trevor Lawrence.
Okay. All right. And then what was the Genty one? And
okay, so Rashee Rice was 94.
Nice.
Ingram was 86. Caleb Williams was 88. Jay Season was 88. Devontae Adams was 78. George Kittle was 100.
Nice.
Dak Prescott was 74. Bucky was 89. Jay Season was 84. Oh, Genty was 88.
Okay, that's good. You asked the right guy. Wish I could. Yeah, no, you could definitely do drafters and cash out and withdraw, not on PayPal. There's definitely other situations. That's not true. Cooler says Bones. Thank you. I could just email the support to get more clarity. No need. No need. We got you. We'll get this sorted for you, I promise. Take Tet and Worthy. This is a different start for me, but I like it. I'm trying to get as many combinations with Brian Thomas Jr. and Xavier Worthy as humanly possible. The names that go in
and A-Chain, Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, A-Chain's one of those guys who I'm trying to target a lot. I just never get him. I'm willing to reach on him. And we have a question here from Clint. He says, why do you go A-Chain over Henry? Just curious. So this is PPR format, Clint. Clint, are you here on Drafters Fantasy? So like this is a best ball tournament. It's not a redraft. It's not a mock draft. It's a real money tournament. And unlike the other best ball tournaments, it's PPR format and it's full point per reception. It's 100% why you prioritize Devon Achane over Derrick Henry, because Derrick Henry is going to be touchdown dependent. And I don't think they're going to be in a lot of games where teams are going to be close with them because their defense has improved drastically. So it really comes down to the game script, right? Is the game script going to be beneficial for Derrick Henry to outperform Devon Achane, whereas I feel like the Miami Dolphins are going to be playing from behind a heck of a lot, and they're going to be in a lot of desperate situations with a really bad O-line, so the tech down work is going to be there, and I think he's going to improve as a runner on the ground. We're going to see the complete season from Devon Achane. I have Devon Achane creeping into my RB1 territory, and I wouldn't be shocked by the time August rolls around that he will be my RB1. You got anything to add to that, Sleez?
No, I was looking at Dynasty Starter. What was it? Achane to the moon.
Yeah, why do you go Achane over Henry? And this is great because we discussed it with Derek Brown from the Fantasy Pros yesterday, and Updog, somebody who's won this tournament twice or placed second in this tournament twice.
The number 1 point per touch running back when Tua is healthy.
Yep. Number 1 points per game as well in PPR format when Tua is healthy as well. Miami's injury prone running game should be solid and steady. Agreed. Who Hames once again nails it. Full PPR. He gets it. Shout out to Who Hames. Who Hames, you want the link?
Get him in here. Beard Nation. It's coming. It's growing. I'm getting grays, man. Look at this shit.
I'll send Who Hames the link, man. I don't know if he's still live or not, but I'll send him. I love talking ball with Who Hames. He's one of my favorite people to just like listen to. Because he's not your typical thinker when it comes to fantasy football. He thinks outside of the box, and I really fuck with it. Links in your DM on Twitter, brother. He says, "Sure, let's go."
I've got too much Kamara. Give me the Chubba Bubba.
Chubba Bubba. So like when I did that that RB video, and I did Chubba Bubba. I literally glitched, but I'm like I'm not gonna go back and fix it. Sup, all of you amazing, beautiful people. Chef, thank you for swinging by. I think I got to create a new.
Did you like that Jackson Dart play, Chef? You didn't like that draft, bro? I love that draft.
I didn't. It goes against like all of my beliefs. The strategy you did there
because the wide receiver value wasn't strong. It's just hitters.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 7 hitters deep.
I mean, Joe Burrow's appealing here. But I also don't care for him here. Fuck! 2 week 12 buys. God bless the United States of America. God. We're still doing all right. I like this start. This is a different start for me. Brian Thomas Jr., Devon Achane, Tedero McMillan, Xavier Worthy, Chris Olave, RJ Harvey. I'm here for it. See, I like this start for you a lot more, Sleez. And I think Jackson Smith and Jigba. And
him falling was crazy. That's ridiculous.
Him and Trey McBride both keep falling. And it's criminal that they keep falling. I love it. Who Hames, where you at, baby boy?
Wow.
Are you eating? What's for dinner today, guys?
Oh my gosh, I don't like this. I don't have a lot of James Conner.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, there it is. No, I can't. You're black now, Disco. Your mic's gone. Your camera's gone.
All right, give me a sec. Like Who Hames comes and there's automatically tech.
I want to let you guys know that we're in a dynasty startup 12-man right now, and Drake May went at 17.
I love Drake May.
I mean, I do too, but not that high.
Yeah,
God
that's.
damn.
I mean, I'm
He
assuming
just went
Superflex.
over Caleb Williams, Justin Herbert, Bo Nix, CJ Stroud.
So that's kind of where I take him in single season Superflex is
Over
about
Caleb?
about 20. Yeah, absolutely.
Oof. Why? The rushing?
Well, so I was
Caleb's
kind of
set up for if
he
can put
is.
it together, he's set up to be a god.
I was actually a bear on Caleb Williams last year overall, like just as a prospect. Like, not that he's bad. I thought his hype was too strong, kind of thing.
I remember,
Drake,
Justin Herzig.
Yeah,
Justin Herzig came on a disco stream, and he's one of the best ball gods. And he's like, I'm betting everything I have. I'm taking Caleb Williams in every draft, taking all the Bears, and that just backfired.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people did that. I mean, I did other things that didn't work. So like,
right?
Like, I'm not trying to like gloat or anything. Like, he definitely. But no, I don't know. My problem with Caleb, and it has nothing to do with fantasy. Fantasy wise, he's fantastic. But he had the fumbling issues in college, and I just don't feel like
the man had no time last year at all, though. Either, jeez, he was under duress.
Right, and he actually kind of fixed the the way he held the ball, and I didn't think that was something that was going to be like really possible for him to do against NFL defenders who were better at swatting the ball. So I thought that overall, just as a prospect, like not for a fantasy perspective, I liked May more.
Oh, okay. I like JJ McCarthy more, but that didn't work out the injury.
I actually had Bo Nix ahead of both of them, but
that panned out nice.
Yeah.
I was not that high on Bo Nix. I did not think that he would thrive like that. It was,
I mean, you remember I was shouting Bo Nix all the time in your chats.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Like I was like, yeah, I'll take him. I just took him and May all the time. One of them worked out.
I mean, dude, May had same amount of 20-point games as Patrick Mahomes last year.
Yeah.
There he is. The Matrix is back.
Hey, what's up?
I officially believe that you're the guy who crashed my streams. What the hell happened? I'm pretty sure I missed my picks.
I mean, here's the thing: if StreamYard is just up by itself and your camera's going and your mic is going, how does it ever trip out?
It looked like everything went black on both of my screens, and then my shit just stopped working when he joined. It's so weird.
Two games. It's weird.
I mean, it's 2 of 2, so like I can't knock it.
Hopefully it doesn't crap out again. I tried to listen in on my alt account because I always need the extra views. Why the fuck not? I'm pretty sure it crashed on Twitter and people are just here on the Big Draft Energy YouTube channel, which is fine. But yeah, with that being said, I tried to listen in and then I got caught with an ad. So I missed everything that you guys talked about. I apologize. So please keep the conversation going and I'll try to.
And yeah, like I'm not saying I'm out on Caleb Williams this year overall. I just
find it crazy that he got taken that early in a dynasty. Jesus.
Yeah. In dynasty, like Drake May, like
I mean, there's
if
look at this, there's still Saquon, Trey McBride, Lab McConkey, Marvin Harrison, A-Chain, all these guys on the board took May. That's wild. I know it's a super flex, but
I mean, yeah. So like in the super flex, like I'm pretty heavy in the super flex streets on the other side, and Drake May now is pretty much going at the 2-3 turn like every draft. He started going, and that's single season. That is like ahead of Caleb, usually not. But like for the like, I don't see why it would be much different in a dynasty startup. Like one of the youngest ascending quarterbacks. There's no way if you're picking at 17, you're going to get them back at 32 or whatever. I think that's what it's going to be.
That's for sure.
So if it's your guy, like get your guy, especially if I don't know if the guy sent out trade offers and nobody responded. Like, you never know. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't hate it. Would I do it? Probably not. But there are decisions I make every year that most people wouldn't, you know, and sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong.
Okay. Is FK cool? FK cool? Is you still in here? I just got a response from drafters. They said there's no dilemma in Massachusetts. You can withdraw the same way as everybody else. You can even do a wire transfer if it's over $1,000. Okay.
Oh, so is he trying to get for withdrawal money?
No, like he wants to sign up on drafters, but his dilemma is he feels like he's forced to do it through PayPal, and you don't have to.
I ended up having to go through PayPal. I tried like 7 different ways. The only way that worked for me was PayPal. But that's a bank situation. Like they don't accept anything outside of the States, most banks in America.
Yeah, he was just talking about his withdrawals. He said, thank you, PayPal in Massachusetts is terrible for taxes, so can't use it.
Oh, okay.
Needed to make sure the other options existed. Yeah, as long as you're withdrawing over $1,000 via wire transfer, you could do that, man.
Okay.
So yeah, sign up using promo code Disco helps me out a ton. I'm glad.
Wow, this is the farthest I've seen Fields fall in a minute.
Yeah, I was hoping he fell to me. All right. Clint says, I don't know. I didn't know it was full PPR. It's okay. That's what your thought on. Okay, thanks. What's your thought on Wright's cuff like round 18? If I have Devon Achane, I'm not betting on their cuffs, especially in round 18. I'm not going to try to cuck a guy who I think has RB1 upside, especially if I spend the draft capital. You're kind of handcuffing with like the whole theory and concept behind handcuffing is you have the notion that your guy that you invested in is somebody that you don't believe in. And at that point, if you're going to spend the early draft capital on a guy like Devon Achane, there's no point in cuffing him, because if he busts and he's injured, then the entire lineup is busted and the entire lineup is chalked. So at the end of the day, I try to go for ceiling plays and try to stagger here and there. If I do try to go with 2 running backs from the same room, I'm going with guys in situations where it's more like RB by committee in a 1A, 1B scenario. And I definitely don't think that's the case in Miami. Jalen Wright, somebody I had a lot of exposure to last year, didn't pay off at all. It was always Devon Achane. What do you guys think?
I mean, so Achane is going to be he's going to split out a receiver a lot as well. Like I also don't love handcuffing at all, but like they're just 2 years ago, they had a guy get
Mostert
21 touchdowns, and then the other guy got like a bunch of fantasy points as well. Like I think there's a world where Achane can get there, and like maybe not Jalen Wright, but like Ollie Gordon as a 20th round pick gets 7-8 touchdowns or something, and that's fine. I don't know about Jalen Wright where he goes though.
May I interject for 2 seconds?
Yeah.
They had a top 7 offensive line that year.
Yeah, true. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I don't think they have a top.
They do not have a good line this year.
I don't think they have a top 27 line this year.
Yeah, that's I 100% agree. And
yeah,
I mean, the fact that the coaches came out and said that we're going to try to get the ball out faster, like a couple weeks ago, like Tua already got the ball out, I think the fastest in the league or close to the fastest in the league.
Close to it, yeah.
Like, I don't think as a coach you say that unless you don't trust your offensive line.
Hell yeah.
Oh my God, he takes Kyle Williams. And Diggs, huh?
The pieces that they brought in on that offensive line this offseason are better run blockers than they are pass blockers. I would say that they're B plus territory in the run blocking situation. They get a failing grade in pass block scenario, especially in the one-on-one situations. So that run game is what I'm investing in, and I'm going to continue investing.
Yeah, I mean, Achane's an awesome pick. He really is, especially in full PPR. So speaking of that, like, I actually have Ladd equal with Achane. Like I mix them back and forth, like on full PPR sites. What's your thought on that? Do you think that having Ladd, Achane neck and neck is right? Do you think it's wrong? Do you like one a lot more?
I like Achane a lot more than Ladd.
I would say I like Achane more than I like Ladd, and I also like AJ Brown more than I like Ladd, but Ladd is still top 10 wide receiver potentially.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty heavy on Ladd, so and I understand it. Like And I want to say thank you for Drafters Fantasy, who is in the chat now, for putting the fast draft back on the left side.
Left side.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Thank you.
We lost-
Thank you.
God
we lost.
damn you, Disco fucking God.
We
Tyler
lost
Warren?
Updog. We lost Updog to that yesterday, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Let's catch up with the chat. So FK Cooler says, anyway, sorry for the derail, but thank you for your help. Gonna hang out for draft. Hell yeah, man! You're more than welcome to. And if you want to sign up on Drafters now, you know that it is available in Massachusetts, and you don't have to worry about the whole PayPal situation. And I'm sorry you had to deal with that, and I'm sorry you didn't get any clarification anytime sooner. In Massachusetts, they give you $10.99 tax and tax you if you get more than 1K sent to you. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that at all, man. But yeah, the wire transfer is a possibility.
Is that for the year?
I don't know. Massachusetts.
I mean,
sounds
yeah,
weird.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can avoid it, don't do it.
Yeah, and clearly you can avoid it. Yo, shout out to the Sports Podium. Great follow on the YouTube side. Shout out to Hot Take City. Great follow on the Twitter side. That is, yes. I know I took Knicks over Fields because he had the same buy as my QB1. Hello there, says Raiders fan for life. Let's go. Sleez needs to step his beard game. It's coming. It's coming, man. I told him if you shave your beard, like this is the sexiest you've ever looked. And like I never thought that I would say that you look sexy in my entire life. But like this is the best you've ever looked. You can't get rid of the beard. The beard is like makeup for men. Like I am fugly. I look like a thumb without my beard. So
I mean, dude, I get carded for stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, Drafters in the building. Shout out to Drafters. Sup Drafter says Chef. LOL, I misclicked so many times over the last couple of days. Hey man, the slows are good. I used to hate the concept of slows, but now I'm kind of in on it. I love the slows. I've pretty much maxed out my minis and slows. FK Coolers, we send as family and friends on PP, so you don't get taxed. Can just transfer it to your bank from there. If we send as shout out to Drafters coming in here and answering everything. Like you won't like. I'll say this: Drafters has the best customer service you can ask for. Shout out to Drafters.
It's awesome.
Best customer service. They're incredible. Agreed. Keep the beard sleeves 100%. Super helpful. Thank you. I think MA is the only one of 2 states with this issue. I just have to be super careful. Hell yeah. I really appreciate that. You're very welcome, FK Coolers. Welcome to the community. And I know that you're coming over from Who Hames channel. Who Hames is family to us. We knew him before his fantasy football fame. And, it couldn't happen to a better guy. Sleez, if you Amazon lighters to your house, you won't get carded.
I got so many freaking lighters, bro.
Kobe in the Cattle Dog says you like watching paint dry. I used to say slow drafts are like watching paint dry. It depends. If it's in best ball and the values are there and you have 150 slows up, it works. It works out. It's nice. It's not a bad deal.
Having a full-time job, like being able to like at lunch, like go through them and make sure and still like get your volume in. Because sometimes like if you want to max some contests, like there's just not enough time to do a lot of it. If you want to max everything, you know.
Oh yeah, it's hard.
Gotcha.
So
like just the one mini and one main is tough.
Yeah.
All right. I love this. Drafter says, apologize for the question, but enlighten me on who the good-looking bearded man is in the middle. This is our guy, Who Hames. He was a member of the community last year. He is on Drafters. He just started his channel, I believe, this year. Am I correct?
Yeah, it was February.
Yeah,
I think.
And he already has 205 subscribers. He does draft on the other guys, but he always shouts out Drafters and always thinks Drafters is incredible. And I think Who Hames would be an incredible member of the wing and the team. And yeah, he's just one of the sharpest best ball minds I know, and just one of the kindest and best hearts that I know. So yeah, I love this guy.
Yeah.
No Cat Max says, I haven't shaved my beard off in like 4 years. Gotta stay in team. Hell yeah, man. I'm never shaving this off on purpose. Who Hames, he is named now. Hi, Who Hames.
Yeah, welcome.
Chef says, Disco, you missed my bad dad joke for you. I saw it, and then the Matrix caught me, and like the attack from the Matrix was unbelievable. It was scary. I'm gonna try to pull it up right now. Okay, here it is. I told my wife that the neighbor died. She asked me who, Ray, and I told her it's just too early for celebration. It's a good dad joke. It's a good dad joke. Pat Joyce says, "Who Hames is a beast? He's a beauty, man. Dude's a sneaky goat, also an owl. But you're up at like stupid hours.
No, my tag is who, and if you look at my,
I got it.
I got the
my head.
I got the owl on the H, and it's like just a prototype symbol, but like I think it works.
It looks great. I haven't shaved in 15 years, but nice. Lock it. All right. Now let me ask both of you gentlemen up here because I missed the entire conversation. But do you guys see the poll that we currently have up? It says if you had to choose one of the following tight ends to finish the season as a top 5 in PPR format for 2025, would it be Colston Loveland, Tyler Warren, both, or other? What do you guys think?
Tyler Warren. I'm all in.
Warren.
So you think definitively Tyler Warren's a top 5 tight end this year?
Yes.
No. You say if.
Yeah. So like if you don't think it's one of them, if he's capable or any one of them is, you could say both or other or none of the above as well. I just didn't have a chance for none of the above. We got 38 votes. That's crazy.
I think it's, I don't know. I think it's likely, like it's not like a definite thing, but it's very possible. Like 40 to 45% chance that it happens, that he's around 5th. And if it's heads up versus Loveland for total points, I'm going to say Tyler Warren every time because we don't know what week Colston Loveland's going to start.
His shoulder's banged up.
Yeah. I mean, they knew that when they drafted him. Like, that was in the cards. They knew that.
The fact that he went over Tyler Warren was absolutely mind-blowing to me. I could not believe that.
Yeah. Me neither. I almost took Aaron Rodgers there, and I had to look at the bye week situation. I don't hate this draft. I also don't love that I took Brian Robinson as well on week 12. What the?
I'd like to thank you for Aaron Rodgers.
Huh?
I'd like to thank you for Aaron Rodgers.
You're welcome. I mean, I couldn't take him. I have a week 5 bye already.
I had DK Metcalf. I was hoping he didn't.
Yeah. A clean shave will really check a man's ego. Yeah, man. I do a clean shave up here. And that's about it. We're doing a second draft tonight, boys. We're already doing a second draft tonight, sir. This is our second draft. The first one filled so fast, and we drafted so fast. We even got to rate the lineups. So this is our second draft right now. And Who Hames finished his incredible show, hopped on. Sleez finished his incredible show and hopped on. This guy's just addicted to fantasy football and drafters. I love it. And Komet isn't man meat.
I'm just vibing. You're fine, baby. That's it.
Cole Komet is somebody who I do want a lot of exposure to, but please don't give away my round 20 pick.
Keenan.
Yeah. Well, a third then. No, I think I'm capping it at 2. I'm using my 2 free ones tonight. Rather take a shot on Keenan or Amari Cooper. I would say I'd love to take a shot on both of them, but I think Keenan Allen still has a lot left in the tank. We saw him absolutely dominate in an offense that struggled. He was the one bright shining light that they had last year in Chicago. So wherever he ends up, I think he's going to be a plug-and-play scenario and plug-and-play situation. I think they're going to do the smart, savvy veteran thing, both Amari Cooper and Keenan Allen, and they're going to wait out, the rest of the summer and join, a week or 2 in training camp, or start doing their trips and visitations then, and just pull the DeAndre Hopkins thing we saw not too long ago. So yeah, great question. What about you guys? Keenan Allen or Amari Cooper, both or neither?
Keenan.
I've done 500 drafts since pre-draft, and I have 0 shares of Cooper.
Yeah, Amari Cooper's washed.
Yeah, I mean, Amari Cooper falls to round 20, and I'll take him at that value. He's going to end up somewhere, and if you want to take a shot on a spike week, this guy's shown that he could be a top 10 wide receiver. Last year, I don't think it was physical. I think it was all mental. He was dealing with something. I think he missed time because he was dealing with, mental situation, mental anguish. So, yeah. So,
to couple on that, would you rather have like Amari Cooper, Deontay Johnson, or Amari Cooper or Brandon Cooks even? Like I would say Deontay Johnson and Amari Cooper are
the only thing that makes me like Deontay Johnson a little bit more right now is Deontay Johnson has a home, whereas Amari Cooper doesn't. But I also have to tell myself, okay, well, if
I'm 80% he's going to the Pats. Or sorry, the Steelers.
regardless, right? At the end of the day, you got to look at it like this, right? If Amari Cooper was on a team right now, looking at the teams that are wide receiver needy, who would you rather have? Amari Cooper on a current wide receiver needy team,
I'd still
or
take
Deontay
the
Johnson?
Chargers with the Rams.
No,
It's
no, or
Chargers and
Deontay
Rams
Johnson,
now.
or Deontay Johnson. That's the
Keenan.
question.
I think
It's not Keenan Allen. Let me finish the question.
Yeah.
I'll ask it again. Listen, okay.
Oh,
Amari Cooper, if he's on one of those wide receiver needy teams, okay, so just imagine and visualize a world where he's on a wide receiver needy team. God bless you in your short attention span. Or Deontay Johnson in his current situation and circumstance in Cleveland. Who would you rather have?
So
probably Amari Cooper. I don't trust Deontay Johnson.
it depends on which team it is. If it's the Cardinals, I may actually take a share or two, because I have zero faith in Michael Wilson. But
yeah, Michael Wilson's just like he doesn't exist to me. He's like Rico Dowdle.
Yeah,
just doesn't exist.
Yeah, so like if he went there, like I probably would start taking some Cooper.
I mean, I saw a tweet this morning that says
that
it
would-
was
that would be
40
about it.
degrees and he just quit. His legs were too cold. He quit.
I mean, the scenario was different. He didn't play at all, and they tried to throw him in when he was cold in a very cold game. The game was already over. He thought he deserved better. He's a bum. He's a bum because he didn't want to go out and play because he was feeling petty. But like, it was skewed and a little bit different. But yeah, I would still rather. I hate that we're talking about both of these guys, but both of their ADPs will shoot up significantly once they find a home. Drafters with another question: who will have a better season, Dak, CD, and Pickens? That's the answer. Or Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Jay Will. I'm gonna go Dak, CD Lamb, and George Pickens 100%. I think Dak has top 5 upside. I think CD Lamb has top 5 upside. I think George Pickens is going to outperform his ADP significantly in a new home where he's going to be utilized. And God forbid anything happens to CD Lamb, George Pickens is a league winner. What about you guys?
I like Pickens even at value right now.
Yeah, he's going to give you positive equity and positive return on investment where he's currently drafting. He's definitely a buy on my list. But who would you rather have? The Detroit passing game with their 2 wide receivers, or the Dallas passing game with their 2 wide Cowboys? What about you?
Man, these are both like a bunch of players that I'm not huge on. But I would say Dak, Pickens. Like, I think it's a better.
Dak this year?
I'm not in on Pickens being a 4th round pick. Basically, I did just take him in this one, but I got him in the middle of the 5th. That's kind of where I think he should go. And
he's going.
I expect the Cowboys
at the bend 4 or 5.
I expect the Cowboys to be a much worse team and be in trail mode. So that's positive, very positive for Dak and CD and Pickens for the fantasy stuff. So if I have to choose one of those, I think I'll take the worst team and take the offense, like, because they will be explosive on offense, right? Like I can't really denote. I can't really argue that they'll be good, like either one of them. But I think that. I've been kind of saying lately, I think, and I'm not drafting it this way, but I think Puka should be at least considered with CD Lamb this year. So, like,
not against it.
Like, I'm not saying, like, and I'll draft it whichever way the community wants to do it. Like, I'm fine taking, like, I want my shares of both, but I don't think it should just be definitely CD.
I hate my draft.
This is A+ territory, folks.
Not for me. I wonder the same thing. Who aims between D-Hop, Deontay Johnson, Cooper, Allen, Diggs? Diggs should not be in that conversation. I'm out on Diggs. Dak, CD, Pickens. I could see Amari going to the Jets too. Cleveland ain't warmer than Baltimore. Facts. Rolling the floor, no cap. That is such a Jets move. 100%. What's good? Good to see you, OTL. Thanks for swinging by, brother. Cowboys all day. Bryce plus weapons or May plus weapons? Shoot, that's a good question.
Yeah, those are two offenses I'm massively into, like both of them.
Yeah.
And like if we're doing the plus weapons, it's absolutely Carolina. And I'm very heavy on Steph Diggs this year. Like I'm like double the field, Steph Diggs. But I will absolutely take Tet McMillan, Adam Thielen, Chuba.
I'm low on Tet.
Jatavian Sanders. Like the offensive line is decent in Carolina, and like Bryce Young has a bigger rushing like ability than people think. Like
He does.
He isn't Drake May. Like don't get me wrong, he's not Drake May, but he had I think 6 rushing touchdowns in the last 6 games last year.
So here's mine, right? I will say if we're looking at which team has a more advantageous schedule when it comes to positionally and who they're playing, I think the Pats have a more difficult schedule. Actually, I think the Panthers have a very advantageous schedule. The receivers, quarterback, tight ends, and running backs all have top 10 advantageous matchups. So even though I'm a diehard Pats fan, I will have to agree that Carolina Panthers, just based off of having a really, really good offensive line, they pieced that thing together. It was the most expensive offseason last year where they spent a lot of money and equity on their offensive line. And then if you're looking at, just the coach, the scenario, the situation, the strength of schedule, I think I have to give the edge to the Panthers, but it's not by a lot. It's borderline negligible. They're neck and neck. But if I had to give the edge to one, it would be the Panthers. What about you, Sleez?
I don't like Ted at value, but I do like Bryce Young at value a ton. Patriots have an easier schedule to me, in my opinion. I mean, their division is cakewalk, almost. I mean, I guess the Panthers play the Bucks twice.
So when you talk about their schedule, right? You're talking about wins and losses. I'm talking about like just advantageous matchups based off of off-season, based off of off-season acquisitions, whether it be free agency or the draft, based off of where they finished last year, if there's going to be any improvements, based off of defensive scheme change and whatnot. I've gone ahead and looked at all that. Now, I don't think I'm shooting 100%, but I've been very accurate before. I think Carolina has a very advantageous schedule ahead of them.
Would you rather play the Dolphins twice, the Jets twice, or would you rather play the Bucks and the Falcons twice?
Bucks Falcons. I think it's very
and the
maybe
same.
Maybe not the Falcons.
The Saints are the cakewalk. You got the Bills that are tough. That's why I'm doing
but the Bucks have not, like, they gave up a significant amount of points. So where the Bucks didn't give a lot of production to is running backs when it comes to rushing yards and rushing touchdowns. They were one of the most advantageous matchups for running backs when it comes to PPR format and giving up receptions. The Bucks gave up a lot of work to opposing backs.
They drafted the corners.
Yeah, but the corners are not the ones who are covering the running backs in checkdowns, right? And yes, they come out and make the tackles. I think you're looking at this.
Their secondary was shot last year. It was horrible. It was like Ravens.
100%. And the 2 plug-in pieces that they brought in this year are not going to be significant change. But regardless, they don't really take away from the reception opportunity in the flats. Those guys, especially in that scheme, under Canales, they ran 68% cover 3, which means that their corners are playing in the deep third, and the flats are covered by either the sandbacker or the halfback.
Let me ask you a question, Sleez, on this.
Yeah.
Would you be shocked if all 4 NFC South teams didn't finish in the bottom 8 defenses of the NFL this year?
No, I don't think any of them finished in the top. You mean all in the bottom 8?
Yeah, like that bad.
I think the Falcons paid up. I think their defense is going to be back a little better.
I think the Falcons are going to get more sacks. That's about it.
But they're not going to be bottom 8, I don't think.
I'm saying, if that happened, would you be absolutely floored? No,
because none of those defenses are really that good.
Right. Yeah. So that's why I think you go with the Panthers in this scenario. That's just my opinion on it. The overall defenses are going to be,
Another great question here, and I love when the chat pops in these great questions. Thank you, drafters. Drafters came in here saying stirring the pot with these questions. I love it. Absolutely love it. Thank you. He says, OTL says, by the way, great follow on YouTube, great follow on X. Thank you for swinging by, OTL. He says, Wilson and Fields or Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kyler. I've taken the liberty of answering both questions first. I'll go last this time. Sleez, you go first because I know what you're going to answer.
I'm Wilson and Fields all day, every day. I have Fields as a top 7 quarterback, and Garrett Wilson's going to be a top 10 wide receiver. Again.
Yeah. Who, Hames?
Like, I love how every one of these questions is literally 2 things I love or 2 things I hate. Every one of these has been that. And I do everything I can to not take Wilson or MHJ at ADP at all. Like, I think if I had to choose, I kind of like the Wilson Fields just because I like Fields better as a solo guy, and I don't have to take the receiver.
I'm going to say I'm going to go Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kyler, not to be different or play devil's advocate, but once again, based off of the BD algorithm and projecting next year or this upcoming season's matchups, just based off of off-season, all the stuff that we alluded to earlier, Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kyler Murray have either the most advantageous matchup as a stack or the second most advantageous matchup as a stack, right behind or neck and neck with the LA Rams stacks. So I'm going to bet on Marvin Harrison Jr. taking a substantial step forward. I'm going to bet on Kyler Murray taking a substantial bet forward. And I don't want to give Jonathan Gannon the benefit of the doubt, but I'm going to bet that Jonathan Gannon gets a little bit more creative in his alignment.
Is this the last hurrah for Kyler? If
I
they
would
play
say
bad through 8 weeks, are we still talking about Kyler?
I would say so. This has to be the last hurrah for Kyler Murray. Yeah. I think there's certain quarterbacks who are playing for their career. Kyler Murray's one of them.
Playing for his career, yes.
Yeah.
And I would also say that Anthony Richardson's one of them as well. They're playing for the career right now.
I don't even know if he has one.
Yeah. Noah Brown out for the season. I wasn't even thinking about drafting him. God bless him.
I got
actually, Cliff, shout out to you.
20. Let's run through them.
All right. Got to address the chat first. What's up, everyone? Late, but I missed it. Shout out to you, Bing King. Wilson and Fields. Kyler sucks. I respect it. James Cook value is insane right now. It's all right. Cook is way too high right now. I hope it falls a little bit. I will want to get more exposure. I hope the Cardinals got shorter linemen so Kyler could see over them. We just need Call of Duty not to come out ever again. And I hate that because I love Call of Duty. Cook had 21 TDs last year. Holding him out of camp has dropped his value. Is crazy. He's the guy. I mean, if we're talking about touchdown dependency, I think we're going to see touchdown regression. But he also did that on a 48% snap share sample size. He only touched the ball 48% of the time in comparison to some of the other running backs. So if he should get more volume, I think we're going to see him pay off his equity regardless. Kyler is safe till 2027. Based off of his salary, his contract, he's not going to get 21 touchdowns ever again. He will regress. In that department, I believe he will regress, but if he can be a little bit more efficient with his touches, he'll be fine. All right. Mossy goes 2783, Josh Allen, Brock Purdy, and we'll just do one of them, not like one of us will do one of them. So who, Hames, you could get this first one. That way we're not all talking about it and we can get out in a manageable time. So he goes 2783, Josh Allen, Brock Purdy, Derrick Henry, Breece Hall, Bashal Tutin, Isaac Garendo, Justice Hill, Taj Brooks, Raheem Mostert, Puka Nacua, Jawan Jennings, Jerry Jeudy, Josh Downs, Darnell Mooney, Keon Coleman, Josh Palmer, Curtis Samuel. So he's got Allen, Coleman, Curtis Samuel, Josh Palmer, and Dalton Kincaid. He's got Purdy, Juwan Jennings. He also has Mike Gesicki and Jatavian Sanders. What do you think here, Hames?
I think it's a well-structured team. He has an elite quarterback. He stacked it up a little bit. He didn't have to, but he did. He got the supposed number one pass catcher for Brock Purdy. I'm actually Ricky P over Jennings myself, but I take both. They're both really good picks. You don't have a spot that you're really weak. Like you got Derrick Henry, Breece Hall, who should be bell cows. You have some contingent upside there with Garendo and Tutin. If he starts, is like I love the toot and click myself, and like he's a boom click, and so is Taj Brooks. Like Taj Brooks, like I'm just starting to take him like every draft round 17. Like we're not taking. Why are we not taking the number 2 running back on the Bengals? Why are we not?
I like that.
Because we don't know about Zach Moss yet either.
He had a neck,
Zach
neck
Moss
injury.
wasn't a thing last year. He's definitely not going to be a thing this year.
Yeah, and he's recovering from that neck injury. Yeah, and I mean, we don't know for sure, right? Like, but I think we can guess. But yeah, and then you got 3 serviceable tight ends at the end. Like, I think it's a very, very solid draft. So, and you got my boy Puka, an A. Like it's well structured. He's got spike week with floor everywhere. So
that's some of Mossy's best work. I do like that draft a lot for him. Yeah. Sleez, you got this next one. Latomsky, he goes 2-5, 10-3. Jaden Daniels.
Jesus.
Patrick Mahomes.
Power.
Yeah, and Mahomes falling is criminal. I go again on my own. Jahmyr Gibbs, Tony Pollard, Cam Scatabo, Ramondre Stevenson, Austin Eckler, wide receiver Rashee Rice to go with Patrick Mahomes. He also got a little micro stack there with Austin Eckler and Jaden Daniels. I like that. Tyreek Hill, Calvin Ridley, Jordan Addison, Adam Thielen, Jalen Noel. It's not Noel, it's Noel. Just putting that out there. Calvin Austin, Roman Wilson, Jalen Royals to go with a little bit more home stuff there too. Jalen Lane is a nice late dart throw, especially with the Noah Brown news. Noah Brown's on Washington, right? Just trying to make sure that I got that right.
Yeah, he's out.
Okay, good. Mark Andrews, Brenton Strange, Zach Ertz to also go with Jaden Daniels. What do you think, Sleez?
Hang on, babe. I mean, God, this is quarterback power. I don't like spending this much, but it kind of evened out not that bad in this draft. So, I mean, the running back room, Jahmyr Gibbs, Pollard, Scatabo, Stevenson, Eckler, that's a room where you can go 5. I'm okay with that. Wide receiver room, the top 3 are absolute hitters. Jordan Addison, the suspension, should it drop his ADP? It should. I don't know why it hasn't if it happens. I think that's a little rich for missing 3 games for him still, but if he doesn't, then it's fine. Thielen, I love the value, and then straight hitters the rest of the way. I love the Jalen Lane play at the end with the Noah Brown news as well. See if he gets a shot.
This is like the most volatile wide receiver room I've ever seen, and it has nothing to do with on the field volatility. Like the first 4 all have suspension like situations.
Yep, I know.
Historically or upcoming.
Dude, if Mark Andrews is healthy, I mean, he's a great value. Still Strange, Ertz. I like all the correlation with Jaden Daniels. You didn't reach for it. That's perfect. Mahomes got a little Jalen Royals tap at the end with Rice. I like that. It's borderline B+ A- work.
Yeah, I'm realizing everybody brought their A game but me in the second draft. 100%. All right, we got Terry Rice and Boner. I'll get Terry Rice's. He goes with the Vanilla Gorilla build, 3683, Jared Goff, JJ McCarthy, Shador Sanders, Bucky Irving, Chase Brown, Jordan Mason to go with JJ McCarthy, Travis Etienne, Rashad White, Braylon Allen, who I think is a great click, especially at his current ADP. Justin Jefferson, more correlation with McCarthy, Devonta Smith, Zay Flowers, Jacoby Myers, Demario Douglas, Michael Wilson, Darius Slayton, low micro stack with Deontay Johnson and Shador. Sam Laporta to go with Jared Goffel, Tucker Kraft and Harold Fannin, more correlation with Shador Sanders. I hate your wide receiver room. I love your first 3. I think there's a significant teardrop after Zay Flowers. And Jacoby Myers is like an okay glue piece, but then after that, it falls off of a cliff. Your running back room is not strong enough to support this wide receiver room. Your tight end room is all right. Actually, it's an elite tight end room. I don't think you need Fannin. I would have taken another shot on wide receiver. I understand the correlation need. I just don't love it. Roster construction is perfect. It's balanced across the board, especially like the first couple names everywhere. Your running back room is actually really good. Your running back room is really good, actually. It's just
I've seen better from Terry.
I don't love your wide receiver room. I'll say that. I feel like because
Jared Goff is your QB1. I just don't like either.
Here's where he went wrong. Even though I love your running back room, you spent too much draft equity on your running back room. You should have gone wide receiver after Jordan Mason. And then taken some darts later on at running back. There's such a significant teardrop here between Myers and Demario Douglas. Not your best work.
Bottom four are going to burn.
Yeah, not your best work, but it's not bad either. There's a world, right? He just typed across the plane. All right, who Hames, you're up.
I love Blockhead. That's great. Didn't land it. We crashed.
I mean,
yeah, Air India. Fucking too soon, huh? Boner goes.
Jesus.
Cancel. Disco After Dark already. Love it. Boner goes 2693. Jalen Hurts, Bo Nix, Bijan Robinson, David Montgomery, Caleb Johnson, J.K. Dobbins, little micro stackage with Bo Nix, Marshawn Lloyd, Kyle Monangai. I would have liked to have seen you taking a shot on like A.J. Dillon. Not a lot of people do that. I don't think I've seen anybody do that yet. Garrett Wilson, T. Higgins, Cortland Sutton to go with Bo Nix, Christian Kirk, Cedric Tillman, Pat Bryant, Jack Betts, DeAndre Hopkins, Tutu Atwell, Evan Ingram, more correlation with Denver there. Colston Loveland, I don't think you need Theo Johnson, but this is a good draft across the board. What do you think, who?
So go down to the receivers real quick. I want to point something out. So he's got Christian Kirk and Cortland Sutton, T. Higgins, and Garrett Wilson. Like, all should be pretty good early in the season. I personally, I'm one of the biggest Pat Bryant fans out there. I'm sure you guys know. But then Jack Besh also, 170. Is that 170?
Yeah, he's like falling.
I know. But
he's not running with the ones. Can't.
Yeah, but so number one, about that, I've said it before. We all knew that Dante Thornton's going to look better in shorts. That's just a fact. But this, even if Jack Besh doesn't do anything till week 8 or 9, 10, he's got the early season stuff going on there with Christian Kirk to support that until Besh has a chance to get his spike weeks. So I like Besh on that team specifically, or the rookies with that build. I think that's expertly done. The running backs, he has Bijan and 3 guys who are projectable volume every week, and then Dobbins also probably projectable volume every week, and then just a couple of big shots like Marshawn Lloyd and Monangai are huge shots. I that's how I actually prefer to play it myself as well. I really like this team as well. Stopped at 2 quarterbacks. You had 2 of them by round 9, maybe 10. But it's another A. It's a very good team.
Oh,
this is a good draft. This is
You're going to be running out David Montgomery and J.K. Dobbins, who are both injury prone as hell in week 5 for your running back room.
Yeah.
So, you might take a massive hit there right away before the season even gets rolling. And you don't even know if Montgomery or Dobbins even make it to week 5. That's the only thing I would say.
But if they do, they're both in position to do relatively okay. J.K. Dobbins less than David Montgomery, but yeah. I like this draft.
I did miss that.
I like everything but that.
That probably Monangai may have needed to be another flyer. I did miss that for sure.
All right, let's catch up with the chat. Bing King says James Cook over Breece Hall. You're entitled to your opinion, sir. But there's an L in his name. Crash the plane. Al Boogie, shout out to you. Thank you for swinging by. He said, yo, what's up, Al Boogie? Good to see you. Disco, I'm in a slow draft. Should I take Cook or Montgomery for my first RB? It's 100% Cook. I think there's 3 round separation between both of them.
How was that close?
Yeah, 4 out of 6 RBs have the same buy. Yeah, trust me, man. I have a similar situation in this draft. All right, let's look at Sleez's draft. He goes 3-6-8-3, Vanilla Gorilla once again. Drake May, Sam Darnold.
This is nice.
Aaron Rodgers. He's already patted himself on the back. I love it. Chuba, James Conner, Quinshon Judkins, Tajay Spears, Tyler Algier, Devin Neal. I don't hate your running back room. It's good. It's good. It's a very safe floor running back room. There's no bye week conflicts. Malik Neighbors, Lad McConkey, Jackson Smith and Jigba, DK Metcalf. So you got correlation with Darnold's JSN, correlation with Aaron Rodgers, DK. You got Emeka Egbuka. You got Rashid Shaheed, Hollywood Brown, Adonai Mitchell, Hunter Henry correlated with Drake May, Chigozie Okonkwo, and Elijah Arroyo. Your tight end room is rough. You're going to see a couple 0 weeks, and I think that's what drops it down from A- territory to I want to say B+. Your running back room is all right.
Hunter Henry's going to feast with May.
We've been saying this every year about Hunter Henry. I don't think he's going to feast. You're going to have weeks where it's a 0, and you're going to get zeros. And I don't see any, like, other than Tajay Spears, who isn't like the clear-cut starter, I don't see any PPR value in the guys you have here. Yes, James Conner and Chuba both have sneaky reception upside. Quinshon Judkins could have sneaky reception upside. He should, because
Hunter
that's who's
Henry
moving.
with Drake May averaged 9.2 points per game in fantasy.
Okay.
Just a thought. There was no digs there.
Okay. Do we think it's going to be sustainable? Are we projecting that moving forward?
No, but a tight end position you can punt. You don't need a
Because there's a lot of things that happened last year that I don't project to repeat, right? And I believe you've also said the same thing, where can't really react based off of last year. And I mean, like, it's a good stat, it's a good tidbit. If you want to bet on it, that's fine. I think you're going to have a couple of weeks where you're going to get zeros at the tight end position, respectfully.
What do you think? Zero, though, not a 0, but low scoring.
I mean, low scoring is equivalent to 0 in my opinion, but yes. What do you think? Who?
I do. I like it. So I actually just looked it up. Hunter Henry had 6 games under 9 points
with May.
So last year, not with May.
That's what I was saying. With May, the numbers were higher.
That was week 10, so 2 of whatever.
So can I ask you a question, Sleez? What was Demario Douglas's production with May when both of them were out there? Because I don't think you're very in on Demario Douglas this year.
He was also a rookie last year, Drake May. So like and the offensive line is improved, so he's going to actually have more time to find.
Demario Douglas had 3 games over 10 points with Drake May from week 6 on.
Yeah,
he never spiked to 20.
Never
spiked. No, the first week against Houston, his first game when Houston's defense was just. I think they were destroyed in this.
How much did he put up against the Chargers?
He put up 20 against Houston in week 6, and that was his only 20-point game. 14 against the Chargers in week 17.
Okay. I was just asking.
He just doesn't spike like I thought he would, man.
Because they had no offensive line in time.
I know. Yeah, that too.
Yeah, no, but I like what you did. Like you took the third quarterback, all stacked up, all late equity. Like last year, if you took nobody thought Darnold was going to put up what he did last year. If that offensive line is even remotely okay, Darnold's a smash pick this year. And I'm actually very in on Elijah Arroyo. I think he's going to have a role really early in the season.
I love your receiver.
That's just my opinion. I don't know if you heard, like, they were talking like he could end up getting some of the DK Metcalf looks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that came out about a month ago. That we don't know. He maybe he'll take some of those DK Metcalf roles that we're missing.
I just think Disco that he let Aaron Rodgers fall back to me. Thank God.
Well, yeah. I didn't want to go 2 week 5 buys because I already fucked myself at the running back position with week 12 buys. Yo, what's up, Dustin? Thanks for swinging by. Hello, gents. Just got here. Good to see you. 2 mules in a cart. Baking said Hunter Henry over under 6.5 TDs. I'll just answer this one real quick because I got a jet in like 3 minutes. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say under. Okay, so this is my draft, guys. 3-6-8-3. I go Caleb Williams, Daniel Jones, Anthony Richardson. I hate doing that. But, I mean, if all the quarterback value is gone, all the quarterback value is gone. You got to do what you got to do, right? Yep. Devon Achane, RJ Harvey, Brian Robinson Jr., all week 12 buys. So week 12 is going to be rough for me. I got Zach Charbonnet, Tank Bigsby, and Dylan Sampson as my other 3 running backs. There's a world where, 2 of them could be viable in week 12. I just need to look at their matchups to be more definitive. Brian Thomas Jr., Tedero McMillan, Xavier Worthy, Chris Olave, Cooper Kupp, Luther Burden, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. Tight end, I got Tyler Warren, Jake Ferguson, and Cole Kmet. So I got a little bit of correlation there with Burden, Kmet, and Caleb Williams. No correlation with the 2 scum from the Colts. A decent wide receiver room, RB room that has a lot of upside until week 12. What do you think, What do you think, Sleez?
I think you got boxed out at quarterback. I think it shows.
Yeah.
Like, it happens. It happens to everybody.
I was looking up stats. Let me drop one more here before you go into it.
I think you absolutely hope that Anthony Richardson is the starter and is an animal. Like that's how this team wins.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not 2 offenses I want to build around. What's your stats, Steve?
I think this is a donation with the bye weeks. Honestly, it's
Everything
not
other than the
rough.
quarterback is really strong, and
The wide
if you
receiver
could-
room is nice for sure.
like even like yeah, the bye week kind of sucks, but like if he could squeak through like a mediocre week, like I had a team finish like top 200 last year, and I had like a week that was like a 112 or something. Like if you could just get 8 to 10 points at two of those running backs week 12, like that's not what you want, but you can afford one bad week, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not where you want to be, but yeah, you can afford that and still have a really strong finish.
Yeah, I didn't intend on drafting Brian Robinson Jr., but that was kind of like during an auto pick during the Matrix capture.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not my best work, but there's a world where this can still cash.
Is when
for
I
sure.
came in and performed sorcery.
Yeah, I don't know how you keep doing that. I
Yeah.
don't get it.
I don't get it either.
So quickly, guys, who Hames, please let the
Hang
folks
on,
know.
let me get a stat. Let me get a stat
Okay,
for
put
you.
your stat in. Let's go.
So, week 6 to week 17, Drake May, Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry was the 5th most targeted tight end and had 8.5 targets per game with Drake May. Kaboom!
Do we think that's going to translate into this year?
No, I'm just saying you're
Okay,
writing
cool.
off Hunter Henry like it's nothing. He's.
I'm not writing him off like it's nothing. I'm just saying there's a world, and I believe in this world where he's going to put up 0 points, and that tight end room is not going to produce. I don't think that there's going to be a lot of them, but I think there's going to be some of them. And I don't think the other tight ends you had in that room are going to make up for it. Who Hames, please let the folks know who you are, where you're from, what you do, and as long as you love me.
Yeah, I mean,
yes, that is Baxter Place.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Always.
I don't want to win. I had fun. Who Hames on YouTube? It's very simple. Just type it in HOOHAMES, and then Who Hames _FF on X. And I usually use that just to promote and to troll. So
and a troll.
yeah, and to troll a little bit. Yeah.
I love it. Sleez, let them folks know who you are, where you're from. What time are you going live tomorrow? Who?
I go live 4 p.m. Central Time every Monday through Thursday, and then I try to do one on the weekends. I'm thinking about actually doing a drafters one every Saturday night that I am available.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
Say, you do an underdog. I'll hop into one on the weekend.
Do you have a promo code with Underdog that people can use?
I believe I do, but I would have to double check. It would be
okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I do. I think everybody has one.
Okay, Sleez, let them know who you are, where you're from, what you'll do, and as long as you love me, my guy.
Sleez Bomb, my mind is a weapon. Fantasy football, always on Disco's show 2 times a week. He's on my show 2 times a week. I'm glad to have Who Hames here. It's a great show today, man. You're popping 20, 30 views for 2 hours. The takeoff is here.
He's killing it. FK Cooler says, Big Draft Energy, thanks again for the help, sir. Good stream. Thank you, man. Appreciate you guys. Vince Disco killed the shorts games last night, guys. Can you guys do me a favor and just go check out the shorts? Debro, Sleez, Updog, myself, we were on fire with some spectacular takes, guys. It only takes a minute to check out those. Make sure you guys smash the likes on your way out. Subscribe to my guys if you guys haven't already. Tell someone you love them. Be kind. Rewind, I guess. Until next time, which is tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. We'll see you guys then. Peace.